Most Salesforce admins are not struggling with Salesforce. They are struggling with being invisible. You, the Salesforce admin, you are the one who keeps the system alive. You are the one who catches issues before they break. You are the one that everyone depends on when the room gets loud. But somehow, you, the Salesforce admin, you're the last person that leadership listens to when it comes to preventing the mess in the first place. You do the strategic work, and yet, more often than not, you find yourself getting treated like support. Not because you are junior, but because the environment that you're operating in stopped seeing you clearly. Meanwhile, your org is sitting on silent technical debt that you have already noticed. You cringe every time you see it, but you don't have the authority or the budget to address it. That's the quiet pressure that no one names out loud. So here's the shift that I want to offer you. You've been carrying this weight alone long enough. Today, I'm giving you a structured and credible way to turn that invisible responsibility into recognized leadership. And I'm going to walk with you through the process. Because you see, leaders are not the ones doing all of the work. Leaders are the ones who see the risk early, align the truth, and guide the solution. This is how you step into that role with zero title change and zero politics. Let me tell you why I built this. For years, I watched the same painful pattern happen to Salesforce admins. They weren't failing because they lacked skill. They were failing because they were buried under invisible technical debt that nobody else understood and nobody else cared about until it blew up. And when it finally blew up, leadership blamed the Salesforce admin, even though it's the Salesforce admin who had been warning them about it for months or years. I've watched talented Salesforce admins get ignored. I watched them carry risks that they didn't have the authority to fix. I've watched enhancement projects slow to a crawl because the org was held together with outdated automation and old API versions and configuration inherited from 3 admins ago. And I thought, why are Salesforce admins being punished for problems that they didn't create and they don't even have the power to solve? So I built the Salesforce Stability Scan for one reason: to give Salesforce admins the visibility and the language and the evidence that they need to be seen as the strategic leaders that they are. Not to add more work, not to hand them another burden, but to give them leverage and to help them finally get credit for leading, not just fixing. This isn't a cleanup service. This is a repositioning tool for you, the Salesforce admin. It helps you frame technical debt in language that the business will understand, in business terms. It helps accelerate enhancement projects by removing the hidden bottlenecks. It helps protect your org from unexpected failures. And it helps you stop carrying the blame for bad architecture that you inherited. I built it for you because you deserve better than invisibility. And let's be real. This is not about cleaning things up. It's about giving you, the Salesforce admin, the opportunity to lead an initiative for senior management that surfaces business risks before they become fires. It helps you bring in the right expert to fix what shouldn't be on your plate to begin with. And it hands leadership an executive grade assessment that you coordinated. You see, you become the orchestrator, not the firefighter. You are the one who spotted the opportunity. You are the one setting the direction for the company. You are the one guiding the conversation with senior leadership at your business. You are the one delivering the roadmap. That is leadership. Without even having a team, without negotiating for a title change, without begging for an astronomical budget, without asking for permission to do the impossible. First, you get an executive-ready presentation to share with senior leadership, a simple, powerful breakdown of the biggest risks, the lowest hanging fruit, and explanations for why outdated APIs, legacy process builders, or hard-coded URLs aren't just technical problems, they are business problems. I translate every issue that we uncover into what it impacts, why it matters, how it affects operations, and what happens if nothing changes. No jargon, no drama, just clarity that your leadership can act on. This is the communication bridge that most Salesforce admins never get. It's your truth presented in leadership language. Second, you get the underlying technical findings. It's a spreadsheet with every problematic configuration element that I uncover. It might include things like flows that need to be updated. It might include the process builders that are still active and need to be migrated into flows. Visual force pages referencing outdated APIs or hard-coded URLs. It will include any hard-coded URLs, whether they are embedded in email templates, documents, custom fields, or practically any other element buried in Salesforce. Things like dormant reports that people haven't run in a decade or more. Fields that nobody is using and might be worth, at the very least, removing it from the page layouts, let alone perhaps deleting those custom fields that have never been used and they're not expected to be used. Whatever it is that your org is hiding, chances are that I'll surface it. Think of it as your X-ray vision of the entire Salesforce environment. And once I give you the presentation and the underlying findings, you get to decide if your team will fix some of the issues, if my team should fix some of the issues, or if you want to delegate all of those issues to me and my team to work on. You are in control. I also give you a realistic effort estimate for addressing each of the issues that we uncover, so you walk into leadership discussions with not just the problem, but also the plan. You don't just show them what's broken, you will be able to show them the severity, the impact, the options, and the path forward. That's what leadership looks like. And yes, the investment is $1,499 flat. Every dollar that you spend becomes credit towards any cleanup work that you choose to delegate to me or my team. Nothing gets wasted. There's no risk. It's pure leverage. Here's the part that most admins never hear. Even if leadership is not ready to act on any of the issues that we uncover, even if they drag their feet, even if they say, maybe next quarter, you still walk away as the leader who identified the risk, documented the evidence, and presented a responsible plan. You become the person with the receipts. And if something breaks 6 months later, you will have the clear documentation showing you spotted it, you explained it, you recommended a fix, and the final decision lived above your pay grade. No blame, no fallout, no, why didn't you tell us? You did. You told the truth early. You led. That's what strategic leaders do. Go ahead and click on the link below to choose a time. When you book it, you'll also make the payment, and that locks you in your spot on this initiative. During our session, we're going to walk through the pain points that you already see, the areas that you are most curious about, and the issues that you have never had the evidence or political cover to escalate. This isn't about me pointing out what's wrong. This is me helping you frame the truth that you've already been carrying alone in a way that leadership finally understands. After the meeting, you're going to give me temporary admin access either to your sandbox or your production org, your choice. I will run the diagnostics. I will analyze the metadata, and I'm going to build the recommendation plan. And if you want help fixing anything, the $14.99 becomes credit toward that work. Admins, you deserve more than applause when something breaks. You deserve recognition for preventing the problems that leadership never sees. This is your moment to stop reacting and start leading. If you want to be one of the 20 spots that I have open, go ahead and click on the link in the description. Let's bring clarity to your organization and make your leadership impossible to ignore.